Hello. Today is September 30th, 2021, the very last day of September. Today, I want to talk about the end times, which I believe we are living in. There are many people who say, well, they were talking about that back in the 90s or the 80s or the 2000s or 1950s. But I see things happening at such a fast rate that appear to be there's a lot of antagonism towards Christians, especially in other countries where people are not as free. Here in America, we have missed all that. We just haven't had persecution at all. We've had a little bit of ridicule here and there, that sort of thing, but we have not been, put to death. So, what a difference. But the fact that there is widespread torture and coercion to accept other religions such as Islam. So that's happening. That's happening all over. And I know that a lot of people who are Christian, such as myself, who are against the mandates going on, because it's not free and because our bodies are actually not our own. We were bought with a price. Jesus paid the price. And if you don't know him, I will encourage you now to take him up on his offer, because he's the only one that could do it. He did it, and he loves you, and he wants you over on that side with him. So the thing is, events in the news have gotten to be pretty weird, apocalyptic. I can't believe the changes happening. We have a lot of information. We have wild technologies going on right now. And we only see little tiny pieces of that puzzle. Anything we see, you've got to realize that people high up in technology and in the sciences and the movers and the shakers with the money, they have things that we are not privy to. And what we see looks like, wow, that's fantastic. How can that small thing do that? I remember looking at the first touch, what do you call it? Touch technology, where you get a device and you just touch it. I was just so impressed with that. But we've gone from, that to body tracking. You can be tracked. You can use a GPS, and you can use your phone to find out where you are and where you want to go on roads and this and that. It just knowledge has increased, that's for sure, and we have no idea the technology that's out there. I would not be surprised if there weren't some kind of Star Trek thing where you can beam somewhere, where they take apart your molecules and then they reassemble somewhere else. I would not be surprised. Of course, if that's happening, we'll never know. Back when we didn't have the internet existed. It just wasn't something that people knew about. People didn't have computers. They would not have the language to understand it. So anyway, the knowledge has increased. Transportation has increased. They got jumbo jets that can go real fast, whatever. One of these days, they're going to come through with that self-driving car that doesn't crash. So anyway, those are signs that a lot of people look at towards the end of the world, or towards a rapture of Christians. And I am not real sure what to think about the rapture. That's something that the early Christians would not have any idea about. Their interpretation of Scripture is totally different. And some didn't believe in, and some still don't, believe in a literal millennium. And they don't believe that there is a rapture, but that we're just simply waiting for the second coming at the end, where there will be judgment, the great and terrible day of the Lord. I always pictured that in my mind as a child. I remember thinking of Jesus coming on the clouds, which is in the Bible. I never thought of going up in the air to meet him and go somewhere else and then come back. That I did not know. So I had no idea about that. But growing up, going to different churches, so many in America, I think most Baptist churches and all, lots of denominational churches, they have an official stance on the rapture. They believe that the dispensations, there are different dispensations for Jews and different programs by God for Jews and for Gentile Christians. And when you do that, then you hear about some people being taken out of tribulation or punishment, wrath from God. And so there are definitely some places in the Bible, and I'll look them up here in a while, that talk about it could be the rapture when there are two people grinding at a mill, or two people doing this, and then one's taken and the other is left. But then also other people would say, well, God takes away to punish the wicked. So then it's like completely the opposite of who would be taken away. So anyway, I've been confused because I've been to a lot of different churches with different teachings on that. And I'm not sure. I want to be ready. I want to be ready, and I want my family to be ready, and I want my friends to be ready. And this is just, I'm just talking right now about a future rapture. Right now. I want to present the gospel in a very simple way. Right now, though, I'm concerned. The gospel should be number one. That should be my number one concern, is to get that out. And I will. But I am concerned because there are these different dates throughout the year that come about, times, seasons, such as special appointed times around the equinoxes. Equinox. Such as Passover, that's a special appointment. That is a special time of remembrance for both Jews and Christians. Different reasons, but the same. Yeah, there's a spotless lamb in both. Yeah. Okay, so the spotless lamb who died for our sins on the cross took the place of the regular sacrifices of animals, such as a perfect lamb. The Passover, in Jewish life, way back when, I'm thinking about the Ten Commandments movie. I love that movie. That is the coolest movie. I love that movie. Anyway, putting the blood on the doorposts and that way escaping the killing of the firstborn. And I love that part in the movie where that green smoke starts coming through the town, But anyway, if you had the blood, you were safe. Well, Jesus' blood is what makes us safe as Christians. And there are Messianic Jews who are basically Christian. But anyway, to acknowledge that once and for all sacrifice by the sinless Lamb, Jesus, is very important. And so the time period is the springtime. And it has to do with the equinox. Passover can start at the same time as Good Friday. Or it can be different times. It just kind of depends. I'm not real sure how that works, to tell you the truth. Somebody's coming in the door. That's okay. I have background noise sometimes. But anyway, right now we're looking at a coming Feast of Trumpets. Also Yom Teruah. That's how it's said, I believe. That is something that was said to be around Rosh Hashanah, which this year was September 7th. And Rosh Hashanah is kind of covers the old Moedim. That's what they're called, the appointments with God. That's what I've learned anyway, just recently. So when people are like, oh, Happy New Year, or what is it they say? Shana Tova, something. Tova, I don't know. But anyway, supposedly the Feast of Trumpets would be at the same time. But really, I'm pretty sure the fall equinox, the autumnal equinox, has to happen first, and it hadn't September 7th. So I read some things, I heard some things by YouTubers. They believe that October 7th through 9th, somewhere in there could be the true day of trumpets or Feast of Trumpets. And that at that time would be a very probable time of a rapture of the church, if that's going to happen. And, we're told to watch for the Lord. We don't want to be caught sleeping. We want to be sober. We don't want to be caught sleeping, laying down on the job. So we're supposed to watch for his coming. And so the people who have spent their time studying and believing in a pre-tribulation rapture, meaning the bad stuff's not going to happen to the church. We will be gone and be up in the air with Jesus gone. They've been pointing to this Feast of Trumpets or Day of Trumpets as a very important time. Something to do with signs in the sky, the night sky, the constellations being a certain place. Not so much, not astrological, not like horoscope stuff, but what's actually in the sky. And that those are signs in the sky that are meant to tell the seasons. And so we are in a special season, according to these people that I've been watching and listened to. And it's like, well, yeah, why not? I'm happy about it. I'm ready for it. Some people might not be, but I think it's possible. So it's also possible that it doesn't happen. It could be the Feast of Tabernacles. They got all these days that people are looking towards that because these seem to be special days. And days that we're supposed to perpetually, or at least the Jews were perpetually to celebrate or to remember. So anyway, it's possible. I don't know if I'll see you in October. See you in October. Or not. I have no idea. So I just thought I'd put that out there, though. And I do want to present the gospel in a nice, simple, easy to understand way. Not all my friends are Christian, and many are not, actually. So that's something I need to do. I want to do soon. But this is just so interesting to me. Now let me show you something. These are the channels I watch on YouTube. I don't know if it's going to be seen or not. Woo! Okay, well, hold on. Whoa. Okay, it says favorite YouTube channels. And here they are. This is ridiculous. Okay, so there we go. I like to watch Days of Noah, Unplug 'em, Really Graceful, Dr. Barry Awe. He is a chiropractor, and he's one that I've been he's been talking to me through FaceTube. YouTube. Anyway, he's very much a believer in the pre-trib rapture, and that he calls himself a watchman, and there he is, Dr. Barry Awe, and he believes in the Day of Trumpets being a special day and a high watch day for rapture. Neftali, 1981. He's a young man. I really like his stuff. Let's see. Then we've got Brad from Carolina. He's interesting. He does really well with Bible study, but he's more into current events now, like a lot of people are. That's Days of Noah's current events. Beckett Cook, woo woo woo. There we go. Beckett Cook has his Beckett Cook show every Thursday. I like to watch him. Unbelievable is really neat because it's usually a show that has Christians and non Christians or atheists or other religions where they get on and talk and respect each other. And then David Hoffman. I love David Hoffman. His films, he's got films that he's been taking since the 60s and just really neat stuff. I can't even describe it. He's done a lot of interviewing of people and they're just interesting stories. I just love that channel. I've seen just about anything on there really right now. I don't know if he puts out any things or not, but just great stuff. Talking to hippies, talking to Appalachian people that are cut off from most of society. Anyway, so those are them. Those are the ones I follow. Let me look here, make sure I got them. Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that real quick. And there are people who believe that the pre-trib rapture is not something good to look forward to because if it doesn't happen soon or by a specific time or season, that it will ruin the faith of the person who was looking forward to it. If it doesn't happen, it would possibly make them feel duped and grow away from the Lord instead of to Him. So I understand that as well. And the Unplug 'em, who I listen to, he's very much of the camp that we will go through everything to the bitter end. And, that could happen too. I think it's good to just be ready for whatever. Because, I don't know. I just know that things are happening fast in the news. And it's not that people say, oh, don't have the Bible in one hand and the newspaper in the other. But there's some stuff going on that I'm not saying that certain things are the mark of the beast or anything, but they could lead towards that. Just some of the weird technology that's out there, tattoos that move, and I don't know, all kinds of weird stuff. Who knows? But as far as the mark of the beast, I would think it would have to be something that you consent to and agree with. So I don't think it's going to be something that is mandated. But I'd be very careful about the future. And I don't know. I know that this mandate business with different people, businesses of 100 or more, if people quit their job or get fired for not actually obeying the mandate, then their livelihood's gone. They won't be able to feed their children. They won't be able to buy anything. They won't be able to buy heat or water or food. And the mark of the beast is similar in that if someone takes the mark, they'll have a more comfortable life, a comfortable existence. Whereas those who don't have the mark, according to the scriptures, those who don't have the mark, they won't be able to buy things for their family. They won't be able to have what they need to live. And so I don't know. I just think that that's kind of weird, that it's kind of similar in that there are two parts of society, some that are more obedient or whatever, and then others that might be rabble rousers. And so anyway, I know what side I'm on. And you know what side I'm on, because I am a rabble rouser. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to be singing some more soon. And there are a lot of people out there that are having some hard times, and you know who you are. I will continue to pray for you, and I want only good things for my family and friends. So I will pray for you. I will keep you in my prayers, and we're just going to see what happens. We will see. And if there is no rapture on the 7th through the 9th, then Dr. Barry A-W-E, would say we're looking to the next appointment, which I think is possibly Tabernacles or Jubilees or something like that. I don't really know them all that well. I just learned some things recently. So, if it doesn't happen, keep looking up. And I guess that's all I wanted to say. That I know this was kind of long to say this, but things are happening quickly on the world stage, and I don't like the whole global business. Some people are like real happy. They're like, we can get together as one and hold hands, and but I don't like global business. I see it as a way of control. So that kind of stuff is a red flag to me. Anyway, I don't want to go any further. I'm just going to bid you adieu. And I'll do some more singing soon and what have you. See you later. Thanks.